So real quick, that's how I know of you, but how did you
Mhm.
get into real estate?
Oh my word. So I come from a background of being a personal trainer, have a degree in nutrition, and that was like my lifelong path. I used to weigh 300 pounds. I lost 125 pounds between leaving high school and getting into college, was pre-pharmacy, and I worked for a pharmacy for about 2 weeks. Realized that it's miserable and it's not the kind of environment I like. I like talking to people, I like building relationships. And so I continue to grow my personal training business, my online coaching business. And then my younger brother actually got hired as a dispositions manager for a wholesale company out here in LA. And very quickly, I realized that my brother's job seems more fun than mine. And honestly, he's making more money. And I'm like, holy cow, what's going on? So my brother had worked with that company for about 3, 4 months. He learned a lot of different skills. And he was like, Matt, let's do this together. And basically, from that day forward, me and my brother had been plugging away at real estate, figuring things out. We were in a very cash heavy, novation type business model for a very long time. And then we hit kind of a choke point where I was spending so much on marketing, so much on VAs and all these different operating expenses and not seeing the ROI that I needed. And then I found Pace. I got my first deal watching the Creative Finance Masterclass with Pace and Jerry. Literally the day that I sold my seller finance deal, I called my enrollment director. I'm like, whatever you're selling, I'm buying. Let's go. and basically, and basically from that day forward, my perspective on real estate had entirely changed. It was no longer transactional, but
Yeah,
rather relational.
yeah,
The who not how was something I was able to internalize to a different level when I understood Pace's true business model, understanding how to lead with value and formally structure relationships that are evergreen. And slowly but surely, I continued my journey in sub two until I eventually met Mike Jackson and Don Walker. They brought me on as a closer for the Dumble Dial, which is part of the Elephant Challenge. That was my first taste at doing deals in volume. And I realized
mm,
how powerful the low equity niche was, especially because we're within this kind of golden window of data where we're pulling our list for properties that were bought 2 years ago and interest rates are 2, 3, and 4%. Beautiful. If we fast forward 2 years from now and we look back at that same data, we're looking at the five, sixes, sevens, and eights. So I realized that I've been positioned by God for a very special opportunity. And I continue to work with them.